Alright, we're back with another episode of On the Bench. I've got Edwards DS125 engine sitting here, and as you can see, I've got that all cleaned up in there, all the metal shavings out of the crank. I flushed it, tipped it upside down, worked it all out, did that multiple times until it was clean. And right now I've just got some oil sitting in there just to make sure while we're waiting on parts we don't have any rusting on any bearings or anything like that in there, or the crank doesn't get rusty again. As you can see, we already have spark. I don't know if you can hear it on camera either, but if I bring this over to you, the points are in there. And as I roll this, you can hear that. That's the points opening, closing, creating a little electric current, which means we're going to be good there. So my goal right this second is I want to dig into this clutch cover and let's see what kind of shape the clutch discs are in. Mainly the fiber plates. I don't think we're going to replace them just because I'm going to be teaching him how to use a clutch on this machine, so it won't hurt to have a little bit worn out clutch plates if they are. And then once he completely burns it out, we'll throw a new set in there. So I'm going to start by getting this cover off here. I got the impact screwdriver. And we'll do that. And then we'll go ahead and get this Kickstarter off after that. I'm going to try this first so we can get this cable off of here. Tip this right up for now. One more down here, and I think this cover will come off. Yep. We're leaking out some of that oil that I put in there, I think, which is alright. I did drain the oil on this machine, but there's probably still going to be some that's going to get on the bench from this cover. The ghost drawer. It hasn't liked to stay for a long time. Ha. Okay, there's that off. Back here in the part stash. I think I'm going to bring this back down. Okay, yeah, that oil's coming out of the case. I have this cover off over here. And that's fine. A little more flushed out is a good thing. I'll sop that up. Making a mess already. Let's just prepare. Throw it right under there. There we go. Knock everything over. And then spin it back around. Alright. Pop this back in here. Okay, now we can pull this cable out. I think what we'll do is we'll just pull this lever off and then pull that off. Oh well. I might just leave the cable on the case, pop this lever off, and then pull the Kickstarter off and just pull the case off with the cable. What's that going to hurt? You know what, I'd probably leave this on too, but this will relieve the tension from the push rod in there, so we'll just do that. Should be 10mm socket. guess we could have just pulled this pin too, which would release the cable, but that's fine. Okay. 2 10s for the Kickstarter. I'll use a wrench on this side. Now I don't think this is the appropriate bolt that's supposed to be in here. We'll find something a little bit more suitable. It's probably even American. Fits, which means it's probably a 7/16 nut. Oh, hillbilly America, I tell ya. I guess for a pinch. I've probably done the same thing. Yeah, man. Boy, that bolt is longer than Willie Nelson's career. It don't even want to come out. Great. Okay, so this is why there's a dug-in spot on the case, I can see already. This is not the way this is supposed to be done, just so you guys that are watching me. It's stressful. Severely. That's not that case right. Patience, kids. This is why you need patience. Patience to find the right length bolt so the next guy doesn't gotta go through this. We're not going to be reusing this bolt. This might come down to power tools. Oh, yep, I got a cordless right here. Okay. I can bleep this sound out for you. And that's how we do that. Out. Wrong bolt. Out. Okay. The help off is okay as long as you don't mess up the aluminum case behind it. And off goes Kickstarter. in the parts pile. Now we can go around and start cracking out these Phillips heads with that impact screwdriver. I'm not even going to waste my time trying to get them out with a regular screwdriver. I know they're all going to be tight. Loose. Okay, well, you saw me pull those ones out. I'll speed up and time lapse the rest of these ones. Okay, go great. I'm starting out. Okay, with all those out, we should be able to cap this off of here. I'm going to use the dead blow. I heard the tone change. I wonder if they want me to pull this bolt out, which will then release the rod maybe? I don't see why. My first instinct is to grab a screwdriver and start prying on this, but I'm trying not to do that. I don't want to pull it out if I don't have to. I don't think I have to. Let's just try. Let's try tapping on this part and see if it'll bring anything up. Yeah, lots of oil coming out still. Yeah, I'm making a huge mess. That's alright. Let's gently. Alright, let's try going down to our side. She's starting to split. There we go. Okay. Let's so I'm going to very gently get in here with my screwdriver. And I'm just going to kind of like twist it, apply pressure, and then tap on the Kickstarter shaft here. See, and that's going to slowly work it off of there like that. Now let's come over here and do some tapping again. Okay. Very gently tap on this. I think it'll be fine. Yep. There we go. Okay. Yep. And we're making a mess, which is okay. Our clutch side. I mean, honestly, look at that. It looks really good. Okay. Okay, now we're looking at the clutch basket. Starter gear, starter idler gear, although, no, this might be a pump. Now we can also get a better look at one of the main crank bearings right there. I'm probably in the way, huh? Well, that all looks really good to me. Nice and clean in there. The oil is fairly clean. I'm not even going to pull that gasket off. That means I don't have to replace it. I can just stick it back on. But we are going to get these discs out. So it looks like we've got springs with some pins. I've never seen this before. Generally you got bolts. So I'm assuming the best procedure is to grab these pins with some needle nose and then spin them. Yeah, let's just see what we can do. No. Okay. How are we gonna get that back together then? Do I gotta like pull that back out? Let's try that real quick. I do have a curved pick here. So can we reach that in? Make sure it's clean. Sorry you can't see. come back when I figure that out. Alright, I'm back. So that job's a talent right there. I had to use this pick just right and hold that spring out on this angle, that way I still had enough space to get that pin back in there, and I'm just now getting ready to pull this back out now and release it. Boom. Let's just hope we don't have any issues with that clutch from sitting. I might do a little prying on this just to see if it'll like open up. I need a good way of pulling on this without having the lever on. Maybe the rag and a pair of pliers. I don't know if I'm strong enough. No way. Maybe with a rag and a pair of vice grips. You know, I don't see a bunch of big grooves in the outer basket, so that's good. I don't think this thing's ever really been beat on. I'm gonna try something here. Okay, no, that doesn't work. Just the shift rod banging in and out. This cover's not on. I was going to maybe try and shift through the gears and we can roll through it right here. Let me get a normal pair of pliers. Okay, let me grab this shift lever. Now we're in neutral now, the sprocket's not spinning. I think that was a gear. Nope, still in neutral on the sprocket. Now that feels like something. Let's try that. Oh yeah, sprocket's going forward. So that must be first. Yep. So now let's come back up. Is that neutral? Yep, we're back in neutral there. So let's try second. There's second. Sprocket is spinning. I know you can't see it, but third. Sprocket spinning. Fourth. I thought we were still going up in the gears, right? There it was, just in between it, I think. Okay, so now down then. Okay. In between a gear. Oh, okay. Well, why didn't you tell me I was spitting out Kickstarter gears? Unless I can just show you what this is all about. Bronze bushing going in there. Got teeth on it that only grab one way. That's weird. That washer just floats there, I guess. Must be a clip, huh? No? What the hell's going on there? Let's check it out. Well, it sits where it needs to be. There we go, we're back in. Okay. What's that? That almost looks like one of these. They're all there though. Oh, okay, I see where this goes. This goes to the oil. This is the oil pump. Let's take a look. Okay. Well, there's a worm gear on there, like it should be driving something. Oh, okay, there it is. Yep, that shaft goes through to the oil injection pump over here. Okay, well, you investigated it here with me. We're not gonna tear that apart until we absolutely have to. That was a bear doing those pins. So we'll leave it be for now. We'll get the top end rebuilt. I'm going to order the piston here very soon, now that I know that it doesn't seem like there's any crazy damage or clunking or bad sounds. We can proceed with throwing a little money at it. So I'm probably just going to pop this cover back on here, just to keep it from leaking everywhere, and just throw a couple bolts back in it. Let's tilt it back up. Can't go too far or that shift shaft's going to want to kick out, so I might actually just do it like this. Cable out of the way. Contact with that rod that was coming out of the clutch. That would be our problem. It's definitely the clutch rod being a pain in the butt. Okay, maybe we try something else. Just throw a couple bolts in it for now, just to keep it still. before the engine goes back in the frame, we'll put all those in. Okay, well I think that's it for the engine right now. Everything's looking pretty good. We'll come back to this when we start getting the top end put back together. I think the next little bit we're going to start working on his frame. And Edward will be involved in that. We'll see you. Alright, we're back with another update on the DS125. Edward and I went ahead off camera and we made his tail section. That was a steering support hoop off of a Manco Dingo go-kart. And then we took a couple extra tubes down at the bottom there, welded those in to kind of fill up that gap down where it was triangular towards the front of the bike. And then that sturdied that up a lot too. This is my boy we're talking about here. We don't need him coming off the back of this thing. But I think this little tip-up tail we got on the back is going to look pretty trick. And he's going to stay on. So now we're going to make him a swingable seat pan as well, because there are hinges for this original seat. You see that spot there and there. So I just want to let you guys know how we did on that. I think now that this part is done, we're going to continue to strip it down, get the wheels all off it, shocks off it, get it all cleaned up, and then Dad's going to be trying his hand, Dad, as in Dad, I mean me, at Harbor Freight spray gun. And we're going to make us a little paint booth in here with some tarps and have the heat on, and we're going to paint this frame up. Make it look real nice and pretty before we start throwing it back together. I think we might just leave the tank just because it has so much character. Maybe we'll put some shine juice on it. We'll see. Also, there'll be a video on that KX125 coming soon. The jug should be on its way back from Nevada to get from getting sleeved, and we'll be throwing that top end back together. Have a little run video on that. Also, update on the V65. While the tank's inside still kind of curing up from that tank sealer, I have an auxiliary tank sitting here just to test to see if the carburetors will hold fuel. With all those new fuel tubes going in and new bowl gaskets and all the work that I did, I just wanted to make sure, and it has been sitting here with fuel for at least a good hour, hour and a half, and I have no leaks. And I did pull the screws out of the bowls on both sides, and fuel came out, so that is a heck of a freaking win. good to go there. I'm so happy to know I don't have to go back down into there, and that the work I did was good, even though it was kind of a fight. This is a compact bike. All right. Well, I hope you liked the update. We'll see you next time.